Yo, this is Real Talk E. Welcome to the locker room where we talk nothing but basketball. If you want to be part of the locker room, you obviously have to be part of the team. In order for you to be part of the team, you have to subscribe and share the video to not only be part of the team in the locker room, but to also be a part of our daily basketball conversations. So you don't miss nights of basketball like this. Now, yesterday in the league, there were 4 games that were valid. There's 7 games going on. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not even going to stress it, none of that. In our first game, we're going to talk about the Sixers going up against the Cavs. Two of my, I would say, top favorite teams, top 5 in the league right now, because of the way they played and because of the storyline. I like that the Sixers started off the season super slow and picked it up, and I like that the Cavs this year is gonna be their first year making the playoffs since the LeBron times, and they got Donovan Mitchell. But this game, to start off, it was back and forth, and in the first quarter, the Sixers had 7 turnovers. 7 turnovers. They get to the second quarter, it's still back and forth. Obviously, as you expect, it's going to be a back and forth with these two teams. And the third quarter, same thing. But around the third quarter, fourth quarter, the Sixers have already committed 16 turnovers. And not only that, nobody really went off this game except Joel Embiid. I mean, oh my God. 36 points, 18 rebounds, and not only that, a couple of blocks. And we're going to talk about the call at the end. But in the third quarter, Tyrese Maxey decides to turn it up. He hits 4 or 5 from 3, and he has 18 points. PJ Tucker gets an N1. James Harden made a couple of clutch buckets. And not only that, he hit a couple of shots at the end of the shot clock. You know, when you just throwing it up, hoping it goes in. Yeah, he made a couple of those. And we go into the fourth quarter, and still a close game. And you know what Joel Embiid decides to do? Score. Then there's a foul called. Now this foul is big, and it gets overturned. And not only does it get overturned, honestly, in my opinion, the referee sounded like he did not know what he was talking about. He sounded like he was just chatting. He just didn't want anybody to foul out. And then we get to, after that, and is the next possession down the court. Cavs bring it up, and it's a foul on that side. And then they have to come all the way back. It's like it was just like foul for foul. The refs knew they made a mistake and they give it back, which is bad. The points still counted for Joel Embiid. The Cavs really missed Jared Allen this game. They needed him. Get well soon. He has some type of eye injury. Hopefully it does not last too long. I know Darius Garland had one in the beginning of the season, kept him out for 2 weeks. Hopefully this is less than 2 weeks. If it is 2 weeks, hopefully the Cavs are able to maintain. And then we get to our second game of the night, and the Celtics go up against the Timberwolves. And this game was supposed to be boring. It was supposed to be a blowout. It was supposed to be embarrassing. It was supposed to be an easy win. It was supposed to be everything but a close game. And it turns out to be a damn close game. In the first half is a back and forth. Anthony Edwards puts up 13 points. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are scoring, but they end the game with 35 for JB and 22 for Jason Tatum. We get to the third quarter, and in the first half of the third quarter, the Celtics put up 27 points. And Jason Tatum has a crazy dunk on Rudy Gobert that also sent him to the free throw line and sat him down on his butt for a while on the floor. He fell dumb hard on the floor. And then we get to the fourth quarter. Now, mind you, Celtics are up by 13 in the third quarter. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. You know what they decide to do? Start chucking up shots. They're not even taking the best shot anymore. They're just chucking up threes. And I hate when the Celtics do this. Everybody's saying this now, and I've been saying this for a long time. The Celtics will shoot themselves into a lead and then shoot themselves right out of it. It's like they're really just guarding themselves. And not only that, the Celtics are hurting themselves by doing that. Because a lot of these games do not need to be close. A lot of these games do not need to go to OT. A lot of these games just need you to maintain a lead and win. And this was not the Celtics in the beginning of the season. The beginning of the season, the Celtics looked like they're a whole different team from last year. Now they're looking like the same team from last year. They look like they didn't even change a damn thing. And then we get into, like the end of the fourth quarter. Anthony Edwards starts getting it going. He starts scoring. Jason Tatum starts making a couple of clutch buckets. Jaylen Brown just takes over the fourth quarter. He scores a couple times. He passes a couple times. He got a pass to Al Horford for a three. That was super clutch. Kind of was the dagger in a way, because after that they played the free throw game and the Celtics won. But I promise you, the game did not need to be this close. It did not need to be, this entertaining at the end. It did not need any of that. It just needed the Celtics to come in and go out. That's it. Simple. They did not do that. And for a team that's fighting for home court advantage, this is going to hurt you. But anyways, I'm tired of the Celtics. I'm tired of the way they play. They always forget to get to the basket when it comes to the second half, especially the fourth quarter. It's like they have a lead and they just forget how to get to the basket. It's like they don't even see the paints. They become blind when they see the paint. But anyways, our last game of the night, we had the Warriors go up against the Clippers. And oh my God, this game was entertaining from beginning to finish. It was back and forth the entire time. Now, even though the Warriors lost, it still felt like they had a chance to win. In the first quarter, it was a lot of back and forth. I believe it was 7 lead changes in the first quarter alone. And then we get to the second quarter, and it's still a back and forth. Still back and forth. In the second quarter, Kawhi had like 11, 12 points, and Steph Curry ends the half with 20. But he had like 14 in the beginning of the second quarter. I believe at 11 to end the first. And then we get to the third quarter, and mind you, Paul George has 16 points, I think, in the first half. At the end of the third quarter, he only has 18. Now, that does not really matter because the Clippers were still winning. And not only that, he was a vital piece to this offense, as you would expect. And everybody was doing their part, so he did not need to really take over or do anything spectacular for them to win. In the third quarter, though, Steph Curry had to take over and try to do something spectacular for them to win. He hits a three. He gets the basket a couple times, a couple layups, and then he hits a couple more threes. Ends the third quarter, 41 points. 41 points to end the third quarter from Steph. 21 in the third quarter. 20 in the first half. Warriors still have a chance. They're still in it. And you know what happens? Fourth quarter comes. Obviously, Steph needs to sit. He needs to relax, chill, take a breather. And the Warriors just fold. And not only do they fold, they just couldn't keep up with the Clippers. Like, yes, the Warriors are shooting really good, percentage-wise, but they're also allowing the Clippers to shoot really good percentage-wise. And then rebounds, and then defense. Kawhi had 30 points, 3 threes. Russell Westbrook was a big factor last night. He was getting offensive boards. He was passing the ball around. He was literally all over the court. His energy was unmatched. And that helped them win. If without Russell Westbrook, the Warriors would not, have lost. And the Clippers would not have had a chance to win. Westbrook was a very, very, very important piece last night. He came through, helped the Clippers win in a tremendous way, and just did so much in his time. And not only that, the rest of the Clippers team did their part. Everybody came in and contributed, and it didn't feel like it was a Paul George or Kawhi Leonard takeover. It felt like it was an entire team win. It felt like it was back and forth. It felt like everybody's contributing, and everybody did their part. Now, a couple things I do want to talk about. Draymond Green picked up his 16th technical last night. And you know what happens? he's going to get suspended for the next game. Next game is really important for this Warriors team. Because between the 4th seed in the West and the 10th seed in the West is like 3 games. Now, if the Warriors lost last night, they're around the bottom of the, the 2nd, 3rd in the West. I believe they'll be around 9-8. 7 if they're lucky. Now, if Draymond Green is suspended in the next game, that means they have a higher chance of losing. And you know what that means? They might drop down to 10. Right when they start to pick it up, it's like they're about to fall all the way back down. And if we get a Clippers versus Suns matchup in the first round, I don't even know if I want to see that. Will it be entertaining? Yes. Would it be interesting? Yes. Depending on if KD is playing or not. Because if KD is not playing, I believe the Suns are getting smoked. But if KD is playing, I believe there's a chance. And not only that, I believe the Suns and the Clippers are tied now. So now that puts pressure on the Suns to have to win the next game. There's a lot going on in the league. And yesterday was so amazing to watch. Not only because, teams are still fighting for seeding, but for the NBA to still have some type of interest for people to come and watch when there's March Madness going on is incredible. Is great. It's an amazing upgrade. Hopefully teams start to establish themselves and establish their seeding from here on out. A couple more, honorable mentions. The Bulls went up against the Kings last night, and surprisingly, the game did not end 140 to 139. Because it seems like every game that the Kings play is a high-scoring game. Was it high-scoring? Yes. But was it like 130, 140, 125? No, it was like 117, 115, I think. And after the Bulls hit a clutch shot to tie the game or take a 1-point lead, De'Aaron Fox hits a super clutch 3 with 0.7 seconds left. That doesn't even sound right to say. De'Aaron Fox took a clutch 3 and made it. A 3. I don't even know, if that makes sense. But you have to watch this game. It was incredible. Fox, amazing. He's now, the clutchest player in the league this season. He's been there for a while now. But yesterday, it wasn't just points within the last 5 minutes. It wasn't points in the last 2 minutes. It's a clutch shot, game winner. And the Kings win it. They deserve this. But anyways, y'all, that's enough of me rambling. Chat, it's time for y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E, and it's time to leave the locker room. I'ma catch y'all. Safety.